Hey there everybody, welcome to Moriah's Moves. If you're seeing me, then you officially tuned in to either the Moriah's Moves Dance channel or the Moriah's Moves Dance page. This week our mini Bible study verse comes from Romans 8:26 and it goes like this. In the same way the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit intercedes for us through wordless groans. So, that's kind of a mouthful and kind of a bit to absorb, but what exactly does it mean in context? Well, the first part of it says that the Spirit helps us in our weakness. Now, as humans, we all have strengths and we all have weaknesses, right? Right, okay? We all have a natural aptitude for something and a natural aversion to something, right? Right, okay? And that's what makes us all unique and different, and that's how we kind of balance each other out. Well, being that we all have weaknesses, being that we all fail and stumble at some point in our lives in something, that's where the Spirit steps in and kind of helps lift us up, okay? There are things that we need help with, bottom line, right? We can't exceed and excel in everything, and we can't be everything and do everything perfectly, right? Right. So again, that's where the Holy Spirit steps in and kind of like acts as a, I don't know, like kind of like a platform to lift us up and to help us succeed and help us to overcome temptation and to help us, like brush us off after we've stumbled and puts us back on the right track. The second part of this says, we do not know what we ought to pray for. Well, most people know what kind of needs that they need met, and they know what's been put on their heart, and they probably talk to God about it more than once a day, because I know that me myself, I do that. I'm like, come on God, I need your help with this, I need your guidance with this, I need your counsel with this, of course. And so there are things placed specifically on people's hearts, but I think this verse is kind of saying we don't always put the important things, like we don't always offer the important things up to God. Like, God, help me with with my envy, help me with my anger, Lord, help me trust you, or something like that. We have, Lord, I need more money. Lord, I need this and that and the other, and kind of like arbitrary things. So I don't think this verse is saying, we just completely don't know what to pray for. I think it's like we don't have the priorities that we have necessarily all the time. Sure, there are people that don't know what to pray for. They're kind of just at a loss for words, like, I don't know, I just give up. I'm just done with this. I'm going to, wash my hands of this. I'm just done with this whole Christianity thing. There are those people out there, absolutely. And again, that's when the Holy Spirit steps in and is like, oh, you don't know what to pray for? Well, guess what? I can help you. And the last part of this says, Spirit intercedes through wordless groans. Well, I think it would be kind of like trippy almost to hear the Holy Spirit like talk directly to us, because to me, I kind of picture the Holy Spirit kind of always in us, kind of like your conscience, kind of like, your compass of sorts. And to see the Holy Spirit might be like a little shocking to the system. So when it says wordless groans, I think it's kind of talking about not physical wordless groans, like, but but like kind of like telling you, okay, you're not strong enough to do this. Well, let me take over. Let me grab you. Let me wrap my arm around you and kind of, lift you back up again. So I don't think the Holy Spirit is just like groaning, even though sometimes we make stupid decisions and we don't always do the right thing, and we're confused and all that stuff. I think the Holy Spirit is just like, okay, let me fix this. Let me help you. Let me kind of, pump you up a little bit and get you where you need to go. Okay? Okay. So, just last word of encouragement, guys. Know that you're not alone and that your weaknesses are, natural. they're not reasons to, they're not excuses, but they're natural. And so the Holy Spirit is in place to help you with those weaknesses. You're not alone. You're not supposed to struggle alone with those weaknesses. And the Holy Spirit is there. Okay? And when you don't know what to pray for, when you're kind of at a loss, when you're speechless, the Holy Spirit is there for you. So keep that in mind. Okay? So our dance is coming up next. I'll see you on the other side. All right? Okay.